Happy New Year, everyone, and what an amazing way to start 2023. Another Manchester United win, this time 1-0 over Wolves. And this is a crucial win in our race for the top four, especially considering that Newcastle United and Manchester City all dropped points. It was not the easiest game, it was not the most exciting game, but we found a way to get the 3 points, and that's what's most important. Another goal by Marcus Rashford. What a season he's having, unrecognizable from the Marcus Rashford from last season. And this is what this video is going to be about. I'm going to frame by frame analyze Marcus Rashford's goal to show you some of the things that you may have missed leading up to the goal. Let's analyze. So the sequence leading up to the goal starts with the ball in the feet of Luke Shaw, who was very impressive for us as the left-sided centre-back. So Luke Shaw passes the ball, Casemiro to Fred. Now, as Fred gets the ball, now already here you can see the structure that Wolves are using. So they are lined up in a 5-4-1 formation, or a 3-4-3 formation if you want. But Wolves did not start this way. They started off with a 4-3-3 formation, which has given them a lot of control and given them control of the game, control of possession and the initiative. They were matching us man for man. But by going into a 5-4-1 formation, they actually have given us control of the game and they have given us the initiative. And Julian Lopetegui is a very good tactical coach. So I don't know whether he did this as a tactical decision or whether it's just the personnel that he has. Players get tired. He needed to substitute some of them. And when you consider the players that he had on his bench, maybe this was the best option for him. In hindsight, it was not the best option, and we are going to see why. So Fred passes it to Rafael Varane. Now, of course, I want you to keep an eye on Rafael Varane, but also on this man right here, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Let's see what he does. So Varane has time on the ball, and as you can see, Aaron Wan-Bissaka is actually moving infield into the center of the pitch. He's moving into what we call here the half spaces, okay, which is one of the most important areas in modern football. Now, what is happening here is that Podence and Matheus Nunes over here are going to have a problem called Aaron Wan-Bissaka, because the problem that they have now is that they don't know whether they should stay with him or go to Rafael Varane. Now, if Aaron Wan-Bissaka stayed like a traditional fullback here, then what would that mean is that Podence would actually not care about Aaron Wan-Bissaka because he's not dangerous in this area over here. So you will have both Podence and Matheus Nunes able to press alongside Raúl Jiménez, Varane. And so this sequence would not have led to a goal if Aaron Wan-Bissaka hadn't made this run. And this is a hallmark of how Erik wants his fullbacks to play. So Varane has a lot of time on the ball. Now, as you can see, the more time on the ball Varane has, the more the Wolves players are shifting towards this area of the pitch right here. And that's a very important detail to keep in mind for how we were able to score this goal. So obviously, as you can see, Podence is hesitating, Matheus Nunes as well. They don't know whether they should press Varane or stay with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Casemiro also is coming into the area. So Varane has a lot of time. So he's going to make the decision to run with the ball, attracting even more bees on honey. All of the Wolves players are focused on this area. It's similar to magicians. You know, when a magician pulls a magic trick, basically what they do, there's nothing magical about it, but on the right hand, they dazzle you with firecrackers and colors and, exotic magic words, right? But with their left hand, they're actually making the trick happen. You're looking here, but actually the real trick is happening over here. It's the same thing here. The Wolves players are focused on this area, but that's not where the danger is. The danger is over here on the left-hand side where Malacia and Marcus Rashford are. So Varane gives it to Fred. Fred immediately to Casemiro, who without thinking, he already knows what's happening. Such an experienced player, such an amazing player, okay? So he switches the ball to the left flank to Malacia. Now, as you can see, look at Rashford. He's telling Malacia, give me the ball, give me the ball. He's eager to get the ball because he knows that this is a window of opportunity that Manchester United are not going to have again. Rashford runs with the ball. There you go. 1-2 with Bruno Fernandes. And here, this is something that I really like about Marcus Rashford on an individual level. If you've asked me over the past few seasons what I thought of Marcus Rashford, I always liked him as a player, but I would say extremely fast, technical, great ability when it comes to striking the ball. Amazing. But he lacks balance. As a center forward, you need to have balance. You cannot be knocked off your feet easily. And I think that this season, Marcus Rashford has really shown that he has improved in that department. Look what he does. So he outmuscles Johnny, stays composed, until he finds the right opportunity to shoot, and then goal. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful goal. Now, of course, there is more to the win than just the Marcus Rashford goal. Some individual performances were amazing. David De Gea with his 2 key saves against Raul Jimenez and Ruben Neves were, of course, crucial for us in keeping the clean sheet and getting the 3 points. Casemiro, of course, as usual. Varane, both of them extremely experienced and elite players. But also Luke Shaw at centre back. How good is he as a centre back? That was amazing. But also there is Erik Ten Hag's performance as a tactician. Because in the beginning of the game, Julian Lopetegui, the way he set up his team, especially the midfield with Ruben Neves, João Moutinho, and Matheus Nunes, all 3 of them, they are amazing on the ball, but also they are interchangeable. That means that when one of them goes up, the other one can come deep to get the ball. Which means that our pressing in the beginning of the game was extremely disjointed. And I thought that Wolves were actually going to give us a hard time. But in the first half, there was a shot of Erik Ten Hag and his assistant working on the tactical board, moving pieces around. And I'm sure that they have identified that their pressing was disjointed, and so they had to adapt tactically. And the way they did that was basically by instructing the Manchester United players to be much more aggressive on the press, but also to man-mark those 3 midfielders. And from then on, you could see that Wolves' 2 centre-backs, Collins and Kilman, were actually using long balls and going direct to Diego Costa or going through the wings, because that middle channel was actually closed up and plugged by the Manchester United midfielders who were pressing in a different way than we were doing in the beginning. So all in all, an extremely good and again professional performance by Manchester United overall. We got the 3 points. That's what matters. We are building momentum. Getting wins, getting clean sheets builds confidence. And by the time we hit that period in March and April, I personally think we could be in a position to push for a top 4 finish, or maybe even a top 3 finish. So great game. I am satisfied as a Manchester United fan. I hope that you liked the video. If you did, please give it the thumbs up, and cheers.